Are you a new dog owner and have no idea where to start with your puppy? Or are you a potential dog owner and you feel intimidated by the training process? I'm here to provide insight and information on how to train your new fur baby. I have always been a dog lover, and I remember writing Santa a Christmas letter asking for a puppy every year until I finally got my puppy when I was 15. My parents bought me a miniature poodle, who I taught some basic commands and who I potty trained using puppy pads. I currently have two dogs, a golden doodle and a husky, who I also taught some basic commands and who I potty trained outdoors using their bells. It is so important for new dog owners to learn how to train their dogs and for people to do their research on what dog fits their lifestyle best. Many animal shelters are being overpopulated because of frustrated dog owners. I will be explaining some tips and tricks on how to train your dog to do some basic commands, on how to potty train your dog using puppy pads, and how to potty train your dog using the bells. I'll be teaching two methods of potty training because some of you may have smaller dogs and may want them to potty indoors, and some of you may have larger dogs. Before you start the training process, it is important for you to go to your local pet store and buy some training treats. I will start off with how to train your dog to do some basic commands such as sit, down, and up. But for this example, we will be using sit. You want to start off with using a full physical prompt. You want to place the treat over the puppy's head and state the command, sit, and physically have your dog sit. Immediately after you prompt your puppy to sit, you want to reward them with the treat. I like to cut the treats into smaller pieces and only reward the puppy a full treat once it independently follows through with the command. You want to keep repeating this step. Once your puppy is no longer resisting the full physical prompt, you can go down to a least intrusive prompt level such as partial physical. This can be just a slight push on their back and bottom after placing the command sit. After using the partial physical prompt for a few times, you want to see if your puppy is independently able to sit on its own. If it is, great. Reward the behavior with the full treat. If it isn't, you can go back to a partial physical prompt. You can teach your puppy sit, down, and up, and many more commands using this approach. Next is how to train your dog to go potty using the puppy pads. It is important to keep your puppy in a secluded area and not allow it full access to your house. Scatter puppy pads around the area you choose to keep your puppy. The goal is for the puppy to successfully go potty on the pads. If your puppy has an accident on the floor, pick your puppy and place them on the pad and state pee-pee on the pad. You can put some of the puppy's urine on a pad so they can smell their scent. You keep repeating the step every time the puppy has an accident. Once the puppy successfully urinates or has a BM on the pad, you provide verbal praise such as, "Pee-pee on the pad, good job." As you provide your verbal praise, immediately give the puppy a treat so that the puppy can make a connection between going pee-pee on the pad and treat. Another way you can potty train your puppy is by using bells. You can purchase training bells at your local pet store. And these are mine, so they look like this. These bells go over your doorknob. It is best to place the bells on the doorknob leading to your back door. It is important to establish a potty training schedule. Since puppies tend to have a weak bladder, it is best to start off with 10 to 15 minutes. Physically prompt your puppy to move the bells with their nozzle. Immediately open the door and state outside. If the puppy goes potty, provide verbal praise and immediately give it a treat. If the puppy has an accident inside the house, immediately Physically prompt the puppy to move the bells with its nozzle and take it outside. It is best to leave your puppy for about 5 minutes to see if they actually successfully go potty outside, and then provide the vocal praise and a treat. It is important to remain consistent throughout the training process. Teaching your dog basic commands will establish obedience. Small breed owners may benefit from training their pups to use the puppy pads, especially during bad weather conditions, such as heavy snow or if it's raining. On the other hand, it is convenient for large breed owners to train their dogs using the bells to go potty outside. Educated dog owners can potentially stop this increasing issue of overpopulated animal shelters. It is best to invest your time in training your new pup so you can be rewarded with a loyal, obedient, and a long-term friend.